Session, I think I told you how to create vendors. So on same lines, I'll just quickly create another two vendors, and having three vendors, I'll proceed with the next topic. So you can just look at the screen. I'll be creating two more vendors on same lines. Hope you have looked into it, how to create vendor, how to create materials, etc. Have you? What's your account group? Vendor account group?
PT when BN under group.
PTVG.
PTVG.
Ptpl vendor account group. PV.
This is very important field, reconciliation account. 1,60,000 trades payable domestic and 1,61,000 you have this trade payables foreign. I'll give you a few more. You can just make a note of that as well. Yeah, you can write down this. So in real time, it's not that every time we can make the payment only after we receive the material. We cannot say so. So this 31,000 what you have, it's raw material account, and some vendors may ask us to make some down payments, as you can see here. So we need to make some initial payment to them. Only after that they'll start releasing the material. So that can be the case. In that case, we need to provide some down payment as purchasing organization. Through purchasing organization, uh, whatever PO or for a particular vendor, whatever order will be placed for that, we need to make some down payment. You can write down that. Well, I'll proceed with this trades payable domestic. And again, A1 is for domestic, A2 foreign. A1 domestic, A2 foreign. Order currency INR. Terms of payment 0001. Incoterms CFR. So I have one more vendor. I'll create one more. I'll just continue creating. I think Venkat missed this, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, after doing this, we have one T code. You can just make a note of this. MKVZ. Write down this. MKVZ.
Okay.
So MKVZ is basically to provide the list of vendors that we have created. In this T code, we can see all the vendors that we have created based on certain purchasing organization account group based on that. Now I just go with purchasing organization PTPO. I execute. You can just make a note. You can just enter purchasing organization in MKVZ screen. Enter purchasing organization. Have you written?
No.
Shall I proceed?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I execute this. These are the vendors under this group for this purchasing organization which are existing. Vendor 1, 2, 3. If you can just make a note after 4 lines, sending with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, 2, 3, and 101. So this way we can find. Similarly, for materials also, I'll give you one T code MM60 right now. MM60. Make a note. MM60. Shall I proceed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Before that, let me also tell you this. See, you have in this list, actually, you can take it as a report also. How are we going to generate a report of all the vendors that we have created for a purchasing organization or a group, account group? See, I can convert this into Excel sheet as you are seeing here, Excel. I can convert this. I can have print preview of this, convert this into text format, into mail if I have to send it as an attachment. Then if I have to change the layout, I can do that. See, we have so many options here. Just to give you, just to demonstrate this, you observe this. I click on this word processing. I'll say create document from letter processing with MS Word. I'll proceed, create document. If I say yes here, Now you can see that I can save it on my desktop as rich text format. Are you getting this? Understanding?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can just place it wherever I want. Quickly to demonstrate that as well, I'll just have it on my desktop. Okay, so transfer, it's there. I'll just share the screen. Hold on. There's one such document is in again text form, so I can save like this, which can be circulated internally if required. So this is about converting the document into text form or so. So you can do that. You can just attempt. If you have your own server being installed, then what happens is it will not go to your desktop. It will go to your server desktop of this particular VMware, whatever you are going to open. So it will go to that. You can just see that on that particular desktop, not on your regular PC desktop. So you can see, you can experiment that. Let me just continue with this topic. MM60. So MM60 will provide the materials list. I enter plant. It's Ptbp. So these are the two materials, rather one material that we have created for created as raw material for Ptbp. As you can see, 700700370. This is the material that we created, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll take up the next topic, for which I was in need of more than one vendor to demonstrate. That's the reason I created few vendors. Now the next topic, you can write down this as purchase info record. So until now we are done with the enterprise structure part, then material master settings, material creation, similarly vendor master settings and vendor creation. Next we are proceeding with purchase info record. So what do you understand by this, just by listening to this? Purchase info record or purchase
We'll main,
information
we'll
record.
maintain the database of all these purchasing organization and vendor details.
Yeah, it is definitely
Like in a document file.
Yeah, it is definitely a document and database, that is correct. But not just about vendors. Purchase information record is previously whatever you would have purchased until now. Based on that, you should have a master data which will be as a ready reference for you, which provides the information about previous procurements that you have done. Maybe few orders for few vendors you would have given already, you would have purchased it already. So that information as a record you would like to maintain. Now, how will it be helping? Slowly we'll explore it one by one, how that record will help us in further procurement process and so on. We'll get to know that. So you can write down this purchase information record. We'll say master data. Master data, which provides information related to the procurement made by an organization. However, this contains specific information about a specific material procured by specific vendor. Material procured by specific vendor.
About specific material procured by specific vendor.
Yes. One material, one vendor. Only that information you can. Meaning to say we have list of all materials and vendors, but it will be one-to-one. We cannot have like a general list, one material, many vendors, one vendor, many materials, like that we cannot get through PIR. One. Written?
Yeah.
The following details will be maintained in PIR. The following details will be maintained in PIR. First one, of course, there are even more, but these are the major ones, what I'm telling now.
1 minute.
The first one is about the price. Second, you can write delivery date and time. Third, vendor information. Fourth, material details. You can just write, etc. Next, under that, further you continue writing. The PIR, see, it is purchase information record or simply called info record. Info record. PIR or info record can be maintained for the following categories. So in order to show that, let me go to the screen and then I'll tell you the categories, because you can just look at it on the screen as well. You can write down the path. See, one thing, please notice, until now we had worked under SPRO while doing material master settings and vendor master settings. From here on, we'll work under SAP menu. Mostly we'll work under SAP menu. Whenever some configuration settings are required, again we'll go back to SPRO. You can write down this SAP menu logistics. And here we have so many things, as you can observe: finance related, office cross application components, accounting, HR, info, and other things we have. Under tools, it will be ABAP workbench. But now, whatever we work under logistics, and that too materials management. You can just remember this. Logistics, materials management. We have sales and distribution under logistics itself. Production planning under logistics. Plant maintenance is also under logistics. Quality management under logistics, and so on. So whatever will be working will work under logistics, materials management. This will be common. Materials management, logistics, materials management, purchasing, master data, info record. Purchasing, master data, info record. Write down those T codes: ME 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let me know once you have written.
Yeah.
So I'll go with this ME 11. You can write down one more term: prerequisites. Prerequisites. It's a simple English term you can understand. Prerequisites meaning, in order to create any document, we need certain input data, which can be termed as prerequisite. Now, in order to create information record, I should know vendor, material, organization, plant. These details are required, and I also should know which type of info category that I'm trying to create. Now, info record number will be generated by system, the way it is generating vendor material number. Similarly, info record number will also be generated by the system. I allow system to generate that. Now, for me, I should be aware of vendor, material, purchasing organization, and plant. Now, this is about info category, which I was explaining. You can write down this under the previous heading, connecting to that. The following categories can be maintained under purchase info record. That is standard, subcontracting, pipeline, consignment. Make a note. Standard, subcontracting, pipeline, consignment. Now against each, you can just write this, a standard against that. So it is a standard material. It is not any special material. We have special stocks, and standard stock is like any other raw material, which is standard. It's not coming under special category. It's called standard. You can just write against that. Information about a specific material or service. Information about specific material or service supplied by a vendor. That is a standard. Next, all are some special way of handling it, and we have separate topics for each. Subcontracting, consignment, pipeline, they are separate. However, I'll just give you the brief information. See, subcontracting, when we would like to hire service of some vendor, as a third party, we are providing some subcontract outsourcing. If you go to that, then it is subcontract. Pipeline material, the material whatever flows is pipeline, like water, electricity, they are called pipeline. Now consignment material, this is again a special category. Now what happens in consignment? You are going to provide place for the vendor to store the material at your workplace. You will provide some storage location plant where they are going to place the material. You can consume that material. As and when you consume, you are going to make the payment to the vendor. This is again a special way of handling. So special stock. We'll see those things later. These three are special stocks, special categories in fact. To proceed with 700, what is that number? 7003. Do you remember material number?
No.
Okay, I'll just quickly take that.
700 700 370.
370.
700
700 370.
370. Okay. Now, as of now, I go with info category standard. Enter. See, from where is this being read? 7, 14, 21. From where is this read?
Purchase value key.
Yeah, purchase value reminders, whatever we are going to have for the vendor. So from there it is reading. Hope you know that we have defined it 7, 14, 21. We have one more option here. As you can see, purchase order unit of measure, order unit conversion. Let us assume that we have different order unit and vendor has a different order unit. Then we can have the conversion factor. For example, we say that we need 40 pieces. Then vendor says we have container which contains 10 pieces. So he says it is four containers rather than saying 40 pieces, because every container has 10 pieces. Or it can also be like this. If you are into construction, you say you need 50 kgs of cement, just for say I'm just giving you this number 50 kgs, and vendor says it is 2 bags, each bag contains 25 kgs. Are you understanding this?
Yes, yes.
In that case, if at all we have to make order conversion, see, observe here, order unit, I'll enter it as kg. I enter it as kg, and conversion is 25 kgs will be equal to 1 piece.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
25 kgs is 1 piece. So now you observe, if I proceed entering, system says, please check units of measure and conversion factor. So it is with yellow color symbol, which means it's like a caution. We need to be doubly checked with that. If you are very much sure, then we can proceed. Now I'll just proceed with this. I enter. Automatically, you can observe it has changed from PC to kg. Earlier it was PC, now it has changed to kg. Getting this?
Yeah.
So in this way, if at all I want, I can make the order conversion here. You have one more option, taking MM02, you can change the unit of measure in the material itself. Even that is possible. Well, let me continue. See, standard quantity, minimum quantity, and maximum quantity, these things we have. Standard quantity is the quantity what generally we place an order to the vendor. That is general. Minimum quantity, not less than this. And maximum, so it can also happen you place 100, but vendors may send you more than that. Only reason being they would like to clear their stock. they will simply dump a little more than what you ask, so that they can clear the stock. Even that can be a possibility. Or what is the maximum quantity that you are going to purchase or have purchased? In that case, it is 120. I'm just adding 20 more. In real time, these things will happen. You ask 100, they'll send 80, 60, or they may send it in 2 installments, or they may send a little more saying that you just take this as well in order to clear the stock, kind of thing. These things are quite possible in real time. Well, as of now, you can quickly make a note of this.
And if we want to change the quantity conversion again in this one itself from kg to some other thing, how is that possible?
I have to change it using ME12, but yeah, info record can also be changed. ME12 13, but only thing is, based on this, I shouldn't have proceeded creating purchase order or other documents. If I start creating based on this, then I cannot do the reverse action. I cannot revert back. Before proceeding with any other activity based on this, I can make changes. Have written this. And one more thing, while making a note, you should be aware of this: in which screen or which view what entries are made. Slowly you will get to know once you start creating which view what entry. Hope you are able to recollect. We had defined these things: 2% tolerance limit, and it is reading from the previous data. So I don't think I can continue. Unfortunately, due to server issue, it got delayed. Even I was just waiting. So maybe after this session, we'll again connect on Friday. I ensure that we get server a bit earlier so that we can continue. By the way, did you think about getting it installed? If at all one of you have it, and if you can come to this extent, then I need not have to depend on this server. We can continue at our time. So I'll proceed. If I have to give any information, I can provide that. This is info memo and purchase order memo. In info memo, I'll just say it as material to be as per specification, and in PO order text I'll say PO order quantity to be honored. Don't give less or more than what I ask for. PO quantity to be honored. Material to be as per specification. Any other thing that you wish? Written?
One minute.
Yeah, make it.
Yeah, done.
So I'll save this. So purchase info record 209 is created. So we have less than a minute. Actually, I just wanted to show one more, demonstrate one more topic, source list. So it will not be possible today. We'll take it up in the next session. But do practice to this extent, be thorough with these things. Thank you.
Yeah.